What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Trey back again with another video. Today, we will go over my top 5 defenders in the league. Now, the NBA, I believe the rules for the offensive players has gotten really out of hand. Like, it's like an offensive game now. Every game, well, every other game you watch, it's in the 120s every night because of how restrictive the defensive players has to be in favor of the offensive player. Because now foul baiting, like this is the era of foul baiting, as high as extreme. You see guys like Trae Young, James Harden, SGA, like you can't even say Austin Reeves. Like there's a bunch of guys that exploit the rules. Like let's keep it real. They exploit the rules to benefit them, and they get multiple free throw line attempts. And guess what? That helped boost the averages. So like a guy for SGA, for example, went from 26 points to 30 points in just one season. It's because he got his free throw numbers up. He took less threes, so you have to make up for it somehow. So boom, he took more free throws, and boom, he had first team All-NBA season. Now, the defenders that are great in today's game it's not, by accident at all. Because these defenders, I'm finna go over today, are the best in the league and have qualities that help their teams win games. So the first one I'm going to go over is Matisse Thybulle. Now Matisse Thybulle, yes, he get a lot of flack for his non-3-point shooting ability, right? But he make up for a defensive end by far, but because he can play any role. You can actually be a point of attack defender. You can actually be a wing stopper. You can actually be a chaser. He can do those at an elite level. Now, the way he jams up screens, I won't say it's the best of the people I'm going to name, but he definitely jams up screens like the best of them. His defensive playmaking abilities, like he can rack up steals and blocks. Now he played in like a zone scheme in his college days with Washington, and that definitely translated because he got quick instincts. Like if he sees something open, he's going to react to it. Now, my only problem with him, like he can't guard like power players, and he's not the best rim protector in the world. But if you want somebody to be chaotic everywhere at once, and he's trying to make a play on the ball, and also him being overly aggressive definitely hurts him at times, especially because it definitely hurts if you're trying to get like one stop, right? 3-point ball game, foul shooter, because you're being overly aggressive. In those situations, yes, the aggressiveness definitely needs to be toned down, but him being like A7, A8 Jordan on the perimeter, just have to make plays and get high steal and block numbers. Yeah, he's top 3 in defensive playmaking. So the numbers matched up, and he barely played this season because the 76ers didn't play him for no reason at all. They needed defense, but decided to play a guy like Daniel House, who's on his last legs in the league, but they play him over Thybulle, and it's what it is. So yeah, the next guy I'm going to talk about is Alex Caruso. Now Alex Caruso, he's an NBA champion just based off his defense alone, because he's one of the best point of attack defenders we've seen. Like he probably would get outmatched by wings, but he's still a good pick and roll defender. He jams on screens. He don't make too many plays on the ball, but he made just enough. Like his plays won't show up in the block numbers, right? His block numbers never gonna be high. But if you looking at steals and him just being in the area, like the Bulls was a top 5 defense this year, and they have DeRozan, Levine, and Vooch in the lineup. And this was before Pat Bev even came onto the team. And he also had Ayo Dosunmu. Like let's give him credit. And also Pat Williams, he's a neutral right now. He's not big positive or negative. He's just a neutral. He don't affect the game like that. But that and then DeRozan and Levine make up most of your rotation because they the star players. So yeah, having to cover for them made first team on NBA defense this year well deserved. It should have been a long time coming because he been doing this since he was with the Lakers, jamming up screens, being in the spots, always in the passing lanes, and that's the thing with our boy I forgot to talk about. He's always in the passing lane too. You cannot throw an errant pass or a lazy pass and expect not to get a turnover because both of these guys they definitely gonna be in the lane. They definitely gonna pick it off. So another guy I want to talk about today is Jaden McDaniels. Now Jaden McDaniels, it's rumored that he's going to be 6'11" this season. And if that's the case, that is nuts. A 6'11" defender jamming up point guards, jamming up wings. Like, bro, that would be crazy if that measurement is true. But let's get back to his defensive prowess. Now, he can do point of attack stuff. He can do wing stopper stuff, most definitely. But I really haven't seen him be in that chaser role, him chasing shooters around the screen. Now, him getting around screens, it's the best in the league. Like, if you try to screen him, it's like a stone wall every time. He's getting through that. He's getting through that easily. And I believe Jay McDaniels is really the only matchup I saw this season. Well, LeBron just had a tough time getting past him all season long. And if he were putting that play in, there's no especially with a hurt LeBron. Yeah, I don't know how LeBron would fare, to be honest with you, because LeBron struggled with Jay McDaniels. That was the only matchup I really saw LeBron just he felt helpless out there. Like, he tried to use his power and strength. Jay McDaniels absorbs that and it just make the layup attempt by Bron just null and void. You can't get past it because Jay McDaniels is quick for a 6'9", 6'10", 6'11" player. Then he provides secondary rim protection. And out of all these guys, he's the only one that can do it. So, yeah, that's what makes his rim protection, his defense in general, just so great. He's probably the best player that I'm about to name on the list. And if you can't tell by now, I'm talking about perimeter defenders. Like, if I'm talking about overall defender, then rim protector would be included. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention this in the recording. This is after the recording. Jay McDaniels was in foul trouble a lot as well. So, he needs to tone down the aggressiveness himself. And ultimately, that's why he broke his hand, because he was frustrated with how the game was going. He was in foul trouble. Rudy Gobert threw a punch at Kanye. It was just a lot. But yeah, foul trouble is the main issue with Jay McDaniels. If he toned that down, he definitely made first team on defense. No question. So the next on this list, even though he got cooked by Jimmy Butler, I say Jrue Holiday. Jrue Holiday, he can jam folks up with the best though. Like, his technique of him, like, staying attached to the defender and getting skinny around screens, that helps him a lot. And that's a very underrated skill to have if you're trying to become a good defender, because a lot of today's offense is basically pick and roll, like this space out, pick and roll, side pick and roll. The pick and roll is alive and well in today's game. You need to get through screens. That's why Dwayne Wade was teaching his son how to get skinny around screens and not be overly aggressive. You get crossed over, then you out of position. Jrue Holiday is the best at it. He don't get out of position too often. Yes, he can get overpowered by bigger wings, such as like LeBron, Jimmy Butler. You can say KD. Like, bigger wings definitely give him trouble because of his height, ultimately, and he's not a rim protector. And yeah, that's all I gotta say for Jrue Holiday. Jrue Holiday he been solid all around his career. Now the only part really is his offense. Like, his defense has always been there. So yeah, those are 4 defenders, I believe. We see Jay, Caruso, Matisse, and Jrue. So yeah, that's 4. So let me think of a 5th defender on my list. So I have a multi-player tie for my 5th spot, and the names I'm finna list goes as follows: Herb Jones, OG Anunoby, Marcus Smart, Mikal Bridges, Jared Vanderbilt. Those gonna be my remaining names. And I'm gonna do a breakdown for each one of them. Shoot, why not? Okay, so let's start with Herb Jones. Now, Herb Jones, he can jam up plays. He can get skinned around screens. Like, his problem, though, is, like, power. Like LeBron James, I saw him post up Herb Jones, like, almost every other possession. He was just having his way. But Herb Jones, despite all that, yes, he has the wingspan, but he don't have the body mass to contain those type players. But if he has to guard like point of attack, like wings like that, like power wings, they come so far often. But everybody's like finesse. Like if he has to go like a Jason Tatum, he can guard Jason Tatum. He has to guard Paul George. He can guard Paul George. And his main work on defense is point of attack, because the way he like uses wingspan to like just suffocate guards, point guards, shooting guards. Like for example, he was like giving Chris Paul a run for his money, and that's what made Herb Jones' name so popular in the 21-22 playoffs. He just made it so tough on Chris Paul. Chris Paul, like, he barely got through that series, and that was one of the main reasons why the Suns didn't even make it out the second round, because of how worn down Chris Paul was, and he wasn't really too much effective in the next round. But yeah, Herb Jones, I believe he could get better on that end. I believe, and he can be a better shot blocker than he is. He's definitely top 10 in defensive playmaking. And this other guy I'm finna talk about, OG Anunoby, he's also top 10 defensive playmaker. So let's get into him. Now, OG Anunoby, multiple teams wanted him at the deadline, deservedly so, because this guy right here, he's very underrated. Now, the reason why he don't get talked about as much is because he played for Toronto Raptors, and they've been like kind of wishy-washy in terms of winning, because OG Anunoby defense on star players just go under the radar, unfortunately. Like, it's one game that he just suffocated Donovan Mitchell, like, all game. All game. He has the power to keep up with Donovan Mitchell, because, you know, Donovan Mitchell, he got the size of a D-Wade. He can just blow by folks anytime he want to, but he couldn't do it with OG Anunoby because he got the size and the speed to keep up with mostly any guard in the league. And yes, his rim protection probably not there. And he can be a wing stopper and point of attack. I just haven't seen him be a chaser, really. But that's not what his role is. And that's why the Raptors' defense the last few years has been good. Now, since the Raptors didn't have a big man, OG Anunoby had to guard the big man. OG Anunoby, in these clips, as you can see, he's guarding Bam, he's guarding Joel Embiid, he's guarding Giannis. And of the people I listed, I believe OG Anunoby is the most versatile defender I've listed. The only comparable one is probably Jay McDaniels. But yeah, OG Anunoby defense get swept under the rug because of what team he's been playing on the last couple of years. If he's playing on a team like the Warriors, the Lakers, Celtics, or shoot, even the Mavs need him. The Mavs, it's a couple teams. Like teams that want to contend, they can use his services, and he would be a dang good pickup. Trust me. And the last two guys, Marcus Smart. Now, Marcus Smart, I don't think he's the rim protector he once was, but he's still a solid rim protector in his own way of drawing charges. He can still clog things up. He can get skinned around screens. He can, but I don't know. Like he is sometimes lack of focus, lack of discipline that gets him in trouble. He's not like a foul prone type player like a Jay McDaniels, like a Matisse Thybulle, but it's just like at the wrong time that he commit fouls. Like you get what I'm saying? Like it'd be like bonehead fouls, but that don't take away from his defense. The defense, and he's one of the best communicators on the roster or on the Celtics roster, in which he's going to bring that same communication to the Grizzlies. That's why the Celtics the last couple of years has been praising what Marcus Smart brought to the defense and the communication factor that was needed in the locker room. Because Jason Taylor, he really wasn't like a talker. Him or Jaylen Brown, they just want to like get along with the flow, and I can understand. Not everybody's going to be a leader. So the last guy I'm going to talk about is Jared Vanderbilt. Now Jared Vanderbilt is like a couple things he need to get better at, right? Him dying those screens was definitely a problem. That's why his minutes got cut, because he kept dying on screens. Now Steph Curry, you can't die on screen with Steph Curry. Cause if you do that, now you put your defense in more harm than good. That's why his minutes got cut, and we saw more Dennis Schroeder. But yeah, once Jared Vanderbilt cleaned out, like everything else, like he's a good secondary rim protector. He's a good off ball defender. Like he don't even have to stand too close. If he smell that you're going to throw a pass, he don't even have to be in the pass lane. He could be like playing. He could be like in the paint. He can just zoom right past and get the steal. That's how special Jared Vanderbilt defense is, and he's like an energy bunny. So him with T. Stabile, they like those are guys you gotta watch out for. Like now, I compared with T. Stabile. Well, I didn't even compare myself. I got it from a guy named one of the guys on Thinking Basketball podcast. They compared with T. Stabile to A7, A8 Jordan, and Ben Taylor himself. He compared Jared Vanderbilt to like a Dennis Rodman type, and I can see that, right? And yeah, both of these guys, they energy bunnies, and yeah, that's why the Lakers turned their season around, became number one defense post All-Star break. Him and AD was just suffocating everything. So yeah, that's all I got. Let me know if you guys like this video. Like, comment, subscribe. This is your boy Terrell. I'm out.